Hello and welcome to Nextra. With so much information in the Epstein files suggesting he was an intelligence asset, we thought it would be a good time to bring you our interview with his former boss, Steven Hoffenberg, which we recorded a year after Epstein died. In the interview, he reveals where he thinks Epstein has been hiding secret recordings of the men he was blackmailing. Mr. Hoffenberg, you have described Jeffrey Epstein as a master manipulator, someone who's totally ruthless and motivated to become extremely rich. Is that what you liked about him when you hired him for nearly $50,000 a month? Is that what you valued in him, his ability to manipulate others?
What I was told to do by Sir Douglas Leese, who was a principal in Towers Financial, was to hire Jeffrey Epstein, and that he had the incredible skill set that you just described. He was unbelievable in his ability to manipulate people. He manipulated President Donald Trump. He manipulated Prince Andrew. He did an incredible job of manipulation of Leslie Wexner and myself and Sir Douglas Leese, who he was about to blackmail.
And you went down for some 18 years for the Ponzi scheme, and you say that he was just as much a part of it as you were, and yet he got away scot-free. How can you explain that, even to this day?
The Washington Post ran a story about the last 30 years between Epstein and myself and what occurred. The grand jury minutes, which I was not able to receive at that time frame, and I needed them in order to make my case in court, and they were withheld from me. The grand jury minutes sees me identifying every step that Jeffrey Epstein did in Towers Financial that was money laundering and securities crimes. Once Jeffrey Epstein saw that he was going to get indicted, his name was removed from the file in the grand jury minutes. His name was removed from the case in front of the court, and it was replaced with co-conspirator. His actual name, Jeffrey Epstein, was taken off the court case, and it was replaced with the title or name of co-conspirator. That evidence is now available, and there is no explanation for that occurring.
When did you find out that he was abusing young women and girls?
Well, that started to be exposed in the late 80s and very heavily in the early 90s. And that's a tragedy, an incredible tragedy. And that would have been stopped if his name was not removed from this case that took place in 96 and 97. There would have been no opportunity for him to do this terrible raping of young girls.
Did you know
if his case name was left in the file for the judge to see it?
Did you know about his disgusting behavior when you were working with him?
The timeline is close, and there were reports of him, Epstein, Jeffrey, doing the raping in the media that alerted me in the late 80s and early 90s. That was a clear fact. That was absolutely taking place. That was reported.
Some of Jeffrey Epstein's alleged victims say that he had cameras everywhere on his properties and that he videoed powerful men sexually abusing young women and girls in order to make money. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, I do. I've spoken with the eyewitnesses, and I was very aware from actual witnesses reporting to me that the films were taken in all the homes and were transported to Ohio for distribution and safekeeping. The answer is yes, that's all true. The FBI knows that. There's no doubt that there was filmmaking done of the powerful people and the raping of the young girls.
So you expect,
Yes.
do you expect these tapes to come out soon? And what legal mechanism will be used to release them, if so?
If the FBI could do what they wanted, they would release all the evidence. The FBI has the evidence, and they understand it, and they can release it. The question is if the politicians will allow the release of the evidence.
Steven Hoffenberg, we've nearly run out of time. Let me ask you a final question. As we approach the anniversary of his apparent suicide, may I ask you, do you think that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself?
There's been experts, medical examiners, that have come in and said that was not a suicide. Mark Epstein has said that was not a suicide. Ghislaine Maxwell has said that was not a suicide. There's only been one expert in New York City that said it was a suicide. All of the other experts have said that was not a suicide. So I read the reports of the experts, and they're very explicit. They said he did not kill himself.